Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Sandra. Thank you so much for joining me today. We are going to quickly go through my main planner lineup for 2026. So I have talked enough about these three types of planner systems on my channel in the last few weeks. I'm hoping that you kind of know what they already are, but we're going to quickly go through them and just give an overview of what each of them is for. So my main planner is here. This is my catch-all. It is my Franklin planner. Okay, so this is a glimpse of my month, my week, and my day. It covers my home, my family, my personal life, and there is a little bit of overlap in my TN. Okay, so on the monthly and the weekly pages, it's just home, personal, and like school, family. But on the daily pages, it's absolutely everything. So everything that I have to do in a day, whether it regards my business, anything that's in this planner, everything. So that is what this is. We'll do a quick flip through of everything. The next planner is my business planner. And so now this one captures everything that is with my business. I have a social media online business. It's not just online, like on social media. It's I do have 2 YouTube channels. I have 2 Instagram accounts. I have an Etsy shop, a website, and a blog that I write every week. And so I've got a lot of stuff going on, a lot of different things going on. And I'm currently in the process of potentially closing down my Etsy shop and moving to a new website so that I just sell on the website. So now this captures everything that could be about my business at all. You won't find it in my TN, you won't find it in my planner or my Franklin unless it's on the daily pages. Okay, then the third planner that I have is my TN. So now my TN, I have my December book in here just for effect because this is how full it would be if I had my monthly book. But it is pretty full, and we'll talk about all of these things. So I will be making changes in the new year once I can get my hands on a large mind map portfolio. But for now, this is what it looks like. So I have my future log in here. So now this is future log / health. I can show everything right now because I haven't actually finished setting everything up. But this is a place where I can go January through to December. And if an appointment comes up, I can easily write it in this book. And this is the book that I would have with me when I'm out at the doctor's, for example, when I'm out grocery shopping, when I'm out at karaoke. This is the one that I take with me. So I call it my everyday carry. So I'll put my schedule in here. I don't put my content schedule at all. It's just my regular schedule appointments, that kind of thing. And then I have a habit tracker and I have a biohacking tracker, which tracks my rhythms of sleep, and it tracks my energy, my activity level, my pain, my medication. So I also use this not only as a travel, not a travel planner, but a planner that I use when I'm on the go, but it's also tracks my health and everything to do with that. So I've got each of the months, and then on the last spread before the new month, which would be here, I'm going to track my weight and steps, and then I've got another personal medical tracker. So that's what's in the first book. The second book is my monthly calendar. So this is where it overlaps my Franklin a little bit because and again, this is December. So I'm going to have my monthly calendar in here, and it will have my home life, it'll have my business life, it'll have everything that's going on. Because if I'm making plans for that month, I can come here and say, okay, look, I'm really busy this day. I can't do it this day, but maybe another day. So I know exactly what I have going on every single day. And then I have my goals. So again, I actually have a goal planner, and I don't really include that in this stack because even though I check into it every day, it's not like an actual planner that I am in every moment of the day. I check it once in the morning and then it's done. And then I do my goals set up once a month, and then that's it. So it's not really included in this stack. Okay, so I've got my weeks, so I can look at my week at a glance, which is another little bit of carryover from my Franklin. And then I also have a master task list, which again is another kind of duplicate thing that I do. But I am replacing my meal plan, so it will always be in this planner now rather than my Franklin. So I won't have that in there anymore. It makes more sense to look at my January setup rather than my December. So I've got my master tasks, my menu plan, and then I will have scripting on each day. So scripting is something that Jenny has kind of come up with, and Jenny is the CEO of Planner Perfect, and it's to write a better story. So what you do is you basically manifest how your day is going to go. So instead of just, I mean, a lot of women will write how they want their it's pretty much like writing your ideal week, basically, unless there's something magical that you want to have happen. So if there's something amazing that you want to have happen, you write it down and you make it come true, and it just goes that way. And that's kind of what Jenny is trying to instill in her followers, is that it won't happen unless you plan for it, and to plan for it you have to write it down. Right? The same thing with goals, the same thing with plans. You might forget something, and it's not intentional if you don't write it down. When you start writing your plans down, it just seems to flow naturally. It just seems to happen. So that's what I do in here. And this is not something that I do anywhere else. Like, scripting is very, I don't know, it's very, what's the right word I'm trying to find? It's soothing to the soul when you're doing it. And I decorate the pages. Like, I'm going to be doing a flip of all of my Planner Perfect books for 2025. So you guys are going to see like how I've decorated throughout the year. And it's like decorative. I also memory keep kind of in there. Like, I will put pictures of my kids and the memories that we shared throughout the month in my book at the end when I'm doing my monthly review. So I'll write this out, and then as I'm going through, I'll look at the monthly calendar, see what kind of things we did, and then put the little tiny pictures from my sprocket in that area to like remember that memory. So another thing now that is a little bit new is my health journal. So my health journal is here, and I wanted a dedicated spot because I was just using tip-ins and cards to write in dreams and to write in just health information in general. So I was like, you know what? I need a spot for this. So I made a book, and I've given it 3 labels. I've got my personal health info, and I've given myself a big chunk of paper for that. I've got dreams, so if I have dreams, I can write them down. And then I have family. So I've got a spot for my husband and my 3 kids. And then I can write down like when their next doctor appointments or dentist appointments are. So this will pretty much, the back will be for everybody else, but mostly this is for me. So I'll be able to remember, you know, when I last got my compression stockings, or when I last went to the dentist, and what I have to get done next time. So I always tend to forget those things, and I feel like writing it down in a book, in a specific book that's dedicated to health, I'll have a little bit more control over that. Okay, and then the very last, oh, not the very last book, I lied. The second last book, I don't have anything in here right now, but I figured that this matched my theme a little bit because of the purple. This is going to be my morning pages. So this is the part that might change when I get a mind map. I will be keeping my morning pages in my mind map, but for now, it is going to live here. And I basically write 3 pages of longhand, and it's stream of consciousness writing every morning. I did get this from Julia Cameron from The Artist's Way, and it was a study that I did a little bit earlier on in the year, and I did have blogs written about it every week. So if you want to check out that, you can go to my website down below, to my blog section, and you can check out personal development, and it will be under there. The last little notebook that I have in here is my scratch notebook. This one is actually a Cocoa Daisy from January 2024. But what I write in here is grocery lists and song lists and all of those types of things. So anything that I don't want to have in a good notebook, I will write it in here. And then at the very back, you have notepad that comes with the leather TN, and that's it. Okay, so we kind of gave a little flip of that planner. And then if we look at my business planner, it has my weekly plans. So this is kind of what it looks like here. So it's got my monthly calendar for the whole month, all the content. And then I've basically streamlined out every week for the entire month of January. Just because it was easier to do it in one video rather than do it in separate videos. So I keep my content, I did change the order here. I keep my content planner at the front. And then I have a whole area of Jane's Agenda notes here. I've used Jane's Agenda dividers and rings and dashboards. And some of the inserts are from Jane's Agenda as well. But I have an area for admin, inbox, stats, business, goals, which I actually I'm not going to be using because I put my goals in my other planner. Finance, schedule, again, which I won't be using because I've got my little notebook. But these are all the Jane's Agenda inserts in here. And then I've got a notes section. I've got a YouTube, a shop, blog, and brain dump. Okay. And then at the very back, I've got 2 more notebooks. So this one is for my stats. This is a yearly notebook. The first one was a 6-month agenda. This is a yearly, and then on this page, you'll have my goals. I'll have my monthly review and then my weekly reviews throughout the week. And then it goes into a new month. So I just leave that sitting at the back here. And at the very back, I have a blank notebook, and this one is just simply for like any ideas or inspiration or notes or anything that I need, but that is directly related to my business. And that's a Simply Gilded notebook. Okay, so that is a quick overview of my business planner. And then, of course, my Franklin. This one isn't fully set out yet, but I do have all of my tabs here. So this one is for my goals, brain dump. I've got my schedule, which includes my monthly, weekly, daily schedule. And then I've got a home section, which includes chores. And then I've got a reference section, which includes travel, and personal, which includes reading and kids, and then a projects tab at the back. And so this is like I call it my main workhorse, and it has everything in it that I need. So if I was to pick one planner and have that, it would have to be my Franklin. But of course, the other 2 are valuable like pieces that I also need to include if I want to continue doing what I'm doing. So this is like my day on 2-page list. I would make my schedule here for the day, my list here, and then sometimes I continue my list on this page, but it is also used for notes occasionally. All right, so that is an overview of each of my planners for my planner lineup. If you guys want to see more, I do have individual videos promoting all of these planners and all of the companies. I am an affiliate with every single one. So my Franklin, I have an affiliate with that. Jane's Agenda, I'm an affiliate with Jane's Agenda. And Planner Perfect, I'm an ambassador. So please see the links down below if you guys are curious and you want to look at the websites and purchase anything. If you have any questions, feel free to message me down below, leave a note, a comment, and if you want directions to the video that details the specific planners, I have that as well. I have a video where I talk about my system from 2025. And then I have video where I'm talking about how I'm changing that system for 2026. Probably my business planner has seen the most changes. And then I also have January setups. So these will be my specific January binders, my January planners. But each month they do change out. Sometimes I try to coordinate them, but it doesn't always work out. In this case, I think it's gorgeous and they worked out perfectly. This is my Franklin Dusty Blue Vintage Aurora, and it's a leather binder. This is my Northern Lights Melody from Planners Anonymous. It is not real leather, but it's called a Melody, and it's a planner that you can convert. It's basically a B6 plus convertible planner, so you can have multiple different planners and use it in multiple different ways. And then this is Isla. This is the brand new Croc Edit line, the white leather, and this is real leather from Planner Perfect, and it's in the size wide. and it's a TN. So I hope you guys enjoyed this planner lineup today. Again, feel free to leave a comment or question if you have any. Please give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. If you are new, please subscribe. I would love to have you. And again, thank you for everybody new who has joined recently. And last but not least, click the bell button to be notified when I upload new content, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!